Hey, welcome to my computer, welcome to helium10.com. We're now going to be doing the keyword research for your listing with Helium 10 magnet tool. And just to remind you, you can create a free account of Helium 10. I'm going to link the link for the creation in the description down below, and there you also find the coupons. Now, I do highly recommend you for this course and generally to get the paid version of Helium 10. Why? Because your keyword research, your listing optimization is going to be much deeper and more effective and better with the paid version. It just has many more options, but you can still create a free account and check it out. Now, let's sign in and let's go to the magnet. On the left here, we're going to have the magnet, which is the keyword research tool. And for our course, I want you to stop a second, listen to me, and imagine that we're going to be using a product that's called kitchen knife as a reference. So I think it's a pretty simple and generic product that everybody knows and it's going to be easy for everyone to understand. But the techniques that are used in this course, just take them to your own products, whatever you're selling, garlic presses, camera lenses, I don't know, fans, bottles, whatever. This is going to be pretty much the same for every product. But for our course, remember, they're going to be using the kitchen knife. So once in magnet, we're going to input the most relevant keyword phrase for your listing, or so to say for your product here. And for us, it's going to be kitchen knife. And magnet is going to then, once we click on get keywords, magnet is going to then spit all the relevant keywords to this phrase. And let's do it now. Now, our goal is to build our listing with the most relevant keywords, right? Relevancy is really important parameter right now in Amazon. It used to be always, because Amazon is a search engine and it wants to really give the user the best results once he's looking for something. Hence, we gotta make a deep and very SEO friendly, SEO search engine optimization friendly research. So we now got the keywords in the magnet. There are lots of parameters here. We're not gonna go through all of them because it's not necessary for the course that I'm creating. But if you wanna learn everything about the magnet, you have this tab here, Learn, where you can learn extra things about the magnet, the other tools. If you wanna go in depth on something you wanna learn beside the things that I teach in this course, you can click on Learn. You have lots of videos from Bradley Sutton that's going to explain you different things about this tool. So what we've gotten here once we click, we've gotten all the keywords that are relevant to our search. So for the search kitchen knife, we've got 8,826 keywords and phrases that are relevant. And obviously we cannot use that many inside our listing. So for this, we're going to have to filter the irrelevant keywords and again, keep the most relevant for us. How do we start doing that? Because we can see different ones here. Camping fork, plastic cutlery, it's not really connected to kitchen knife. Somehow it did pull it out because there's an algorithm that Helium 10 uses, but there are really simple tools to narrow down this list. And let me show you how it's done. But first, I would like to click here on search volume in order to see the biggest keywords with the biggest search volume in the beginning. This is going to be just more comfortable for me. So it goes from the highest one to the lowest one. You see 202,000, 126,000, and it's going down. Now we're going to go back up here and we're going to use a few parameters here. Now there's a thing called word count. That means only phrases that have word count of 2 minimum are going to be shown here. That means, for example, we have the knife sharpener here, and we won't have the keyword knife separately or the keyword sharpener separately because the word count should be at least 2. I do recommend using that, but it varies between niches. Maybe your product is something that is a fan, for example, and fan is one word, right? And if you're selling a generic fan, maybe it would be good for you to use word count 1. But for our product, which is a kitchen knife, we're gonna use 2. Okay, that's the first one. The second thing is search volume. Let me show you how I can filter and narrow down this list by using search volume. What does it mean, search volume? Search volume, as you can see here, it's how many searches per month we estimate this phrase gets as an exact phrase search, what Helium 10 estimates. So bathroom decor, which is we're gonna soon remove, gets 202,000 searches per month estimated. So for the search volume, depends on the niche again. I would like to do it as minimum 1 at least, because 1 is gonna remove all the keywords that were used or searched for really rarely. Sometimes Helium is gonna have like a 0 searches per month, kind of, it's gonna be blank, and we don't really want these. Since we have so many keywords here, that's a pretty big niche, has lots of keywords. I can even start with 100. So I'll remove all the keywords that have less than 100 search volume per month, right? That's the next thing I'm doing. Let me show you. A click on apply here, for example, and look what happens. It narrowed down the list to 3,703 keywords. That's much less keywords. So we continue. How do we continue? What I like doing next is using word frequency. What does it mean? For example, we have the word set here. That means that set is, and we have a number nearby the set. It means that set appears in 987 phrases that are all here. Now, let's imagine that we're just selling a kitchen knife that's not a set of kitchen knife. It's gonna be like this knife, pretty much like this. Maybe we have a knife packed in a really nice box, right, with a beautiful insert. Okay, we have a kitchen knife, but not a set. So how do we work with the word frequency? For example, we have the word set that appears in 987 287 phrases. But we're not selling a knife set, hence we can remove it. And how do we do that? Here in the advanced filters, we have the option exclude phrases that contain. So we're gonna exclude phrases that contain set. And this is gonna exclude all the phrases that have set. And I click apply. And look what happens. Now we have 2,716 keywords because all the words that had set inside of them were removed. So the next thing you have to do for your products is go through the word frequency list here. It's a pretty long list. It's gonna take you a while, but I do highly recommend you, if you're serious about Amazon, if you're serious about creating a good listing, take your time and go deeply through this word frequency list. And why? A few reasons. First is gonna make your listing more relevant. The second, you're gonna learn about your niche. You're gonna see all sorts of different keywords here. For example, we're selling a kitchen knife, right? And we're like, is sharpener connected to us? Well, no, obviously we're not selling kitchen knife with a sharpener, but professional. We're like, do we have a professional kitchen knife? I don't know. You can click on professional. Look what happens. You click on professional. It's going to show you all the 34 phrases where the kitchen knives appear or the kitchen knife appears. So for example, professional kitchen knives, professional chef knife, all the keywords and the phrases that again Helium 10 found relevant. What we can do next is we can check, let's see, professional kitchen knives. We can click here and go to Amazon and then see if we have knives that look like our knife in order to identify if this keyword is good for us. So remember, this was our knife actually, the one that I showed before. Okay, just imagine that ours is pretty much the same. And we can see that we have this kind of knife here, this kind of knife here. You're like, all right, mine might be relevant for this. So professional kitchen knife might be a relevant thing for me. Let's close it now. That means I will leave the professional keyword here. And chef, I'm also probably going to leave because chefs use the product as well. And now, as you can see, the word frequency is much lower here because we only have things that are connected to the professional here. You see, as we clicked on this, shows phrases that are only connected to the phrase professional. Let's remove it and let's exclude the set. Let's go back to the keywords that we had. So we have 2,716 keywords. You'll have to go through all the list. I'm not going to do that right now, but you'll go through all the list up until here and remove things that are not connected to you. For example, you're not sure what is Remy. Like I know that Remy is a brand, okay? So you click again on Remy and you check all the keywords that are connected to this. Now, for example, we have 2,716 keywords left. Okay, what do we do next? After we're going to finish with the word frequency, it's going to be much less for you. For example, we're going to have like 300 keywords left. I'm not sure how many exactly is going to be for this niche. Maybe it's going to be more. You're going to have only the relevant ones left, and it doesn't really matter what's going to be the number. It's not that you have to have a specific number because it varies from niche to niche, but just make sure that everything that you found here is relevant. Once you finished with this, with the word frequency, you're going to do the next thing. You're going to go down here on the list of the keywords, and here you're going to have the results per page. So select as 150 results, and I'm going to soon show you what's going on here. We have all the pages here. We go to the last page, and for you it's going to be much less keywords. For example, for us it's what, 2,716 right now. You go to the last page, and starting from the last page, okay, for us it's 19 pages right now, you're going to be removing all the unnecessary keywords or irrelevant keywords. So let's start. For example, I'm just going to show you an example. So we have kitchen knife professional. Yeah, that's something we need. Kitchen knives with sharpener. No, we don't have a sharpener. We remove it. Kitchen knife non-stick. You can check it on Amazon, right? Is it something you're not sure what is a non-stick? I'm not sure what is a kitchen knife non-stick. And then we see if we have some relevant knives that are relevant to us. Yeah, these seems like our knives. There are a few sets here, but still, pretty much it looks like a knife that we have. Probably non-stick means that, you know, the meat or the salad will not stick to your knife. So we keep it. Steak knife straight edge. I don't know what is a straight edge knife. Okay, you go to Amazon, check it out. 8-piece. No, we don't need 8-piece. We have only 1-piece knife. We remove it. And we go through all the list. Now, of course, you're gonna have less keywords there, right? Once you work on your listing, and then you will even narrow it deeper here. You're gonna go one by one. And again, it's very important, don't be lazy, because it will teach you about your niche. It will teach you new things. It will show you where the good competitors. You'll understand it from here. Now, let's picture that I'm gonna do a little trick here, just for the example of this, for this course. I'm gonna do a search volume of 5,000 at least. So it's gonna narrow down the list for me. Okay, for example, I have 74 keywords left. You don't have to do that like this. You will do it with 100 or whatever search volume. Again, it depends on your niche. You need to have relevance. But I'm going to show you, after you finished with the word frequency, after you finished narrowing down the list down here, after you have only the relevant keywords left, yes, remember, we're going to have to, with the word frequency, you have to exclude keywords here with a dot like this. So it's going to be set, for example, block. What do you have else here? Electric. You have to do that, as it says, exclude phrases that contain entered keywords, separate with comma. And then you're going to apply, and it's going to narrow down your list. Then you go down and remove the keywords here by clicking on XXX for those that are not relevant. Now you can leave some brand names because we might be using them in the next lessons. You can leave Spanish keywords. You can leave spelling mistakes. Sometimes someone is going to spell knife in a wrong way, like nife or something. It's actually not, but niv or something. And we're going to have a lesson about this later on. You have finished doing these processes. What do you do next? Once you have narrowed down the list, what I've told you, you have, for example, 74 keywords here. Usually it's going to be a bit more. You have 74. We have, let's just do it more relevant. Let's remove the decor here just for the sake of it. Camping. Let's remove sharpener. Yeah, let's just make it a bit more relevant. We have a 91 because we have removed other ones that were there, but well, we can also remove the set as it was before. And we have a bit more, well, and let's remove bathroom, just have a bit more relevant keywords. Now you have also the thing, phrases, show phrases that contain. If you only want to have phrases that contain, for example, knife and no other things, just going kitchen knife, chef knife, big knife, small knife, huge knife, I don't know. So you include the phrase here. Now we go next. We have 67 keywords left. What do we do with these keywords once we have the list ready? We're going to export them to Excel because for this course, we're going to be working with Excel as well. So we'll click here on export and we'll click on Excel. Now it's saying it's going to take up to a minute. Usually it takes pretty fine. We'll go to the desktop. We have Helium 10 Magnet 2 kitchen knife. Let's save it with this keyword. Now let's go to my desktop and here we have the Helium 10 kitchen knife Excel. I'm going to open it in Excel now and we have everything here. We're going to be pretty much bombarded by keywords. But what you do here, you need to delete everything except the search volume. We're not going to be really needing the other one. So click here, enable editing. If you don't have Excel, I do recommend you getting it. It's really easy to use and good to use. And we only need the search volume for these keywords. We're going to delete everything else. And that's what we need. That's what you should do. You have the worksheet here. Let's rename it to magnet keywords. That's what you should have when you finish this lesson. This is the keywords that you should have found. All of them should be relevant to you. And that's the position you want the Excel to be in. And this is it for this lesson. Now you're going to find the next lesson up here. It's going to appear here in the card. Please click on it now to continue to the next lesson, which is going to be a lesson about the Sellerboard tool and where we're going to get more keywords. So see you there.